Good morning once again to you. How are you doing? We are back. I am back. Let me say I, but I'm not here alone. And I'm very excited. Yes, achani niwaambie guys, before niendelee, get yourself a paper and a pen. Or if you're going to use your phone or wherever place you want to take down notes, because the conversation that we are about to have is quite interesting and you'll love it, and there's a lot to learn. A lot to learn, and this is in regards to the workspace. To you who has been looking for a job, I'm telling you, by 2026, as the year begins, you're going to have a new job, because we have someone here who's going to show you how do you go about it, how do you make that CV stand out. Those are the kinds of things we're going to be talking about here. And who am I talking about? She is Agatha Kibai, and she is a career growth strategist, a corporate trainer, and a mentor. Yes, and that is the person I am in the house with today. Good morning.
Good morning, Liz.
How are you doing?
Super.
You look amazing.
I'm humbled and same.
Amazing. So yes, I'm here with Agatha in the house, and we're going to be having a very interesting conversation. And yes, like I've said, we're going to talk about entrepreneurship. And when I talk about that, it's about the job and the work space. So kabla tuende sana, let Agatha tell us a little bit about herself, how she began and how she knew she would do this. This is my thing. Yes, karibu.
Thank you so much, Liz.
You're welcome.
And the entire team for giving me an opportunity to come and share my experience and my journey from a general worker to a HR manager to a founder of Vast Talent Solution. For those who are meeting me for the first time, I'm Agatha Kibai. I'm a career coach. I mentor young HRs. I also help companies that don't need full-time HR. Where did I start? I started this journey and I wasn't sure which career was I to pursue when I cleared my Form 4. But I found myself in a company at the airport. That was 2007. Every day I would wake up, go shell piece. We used to work in a production where we were doing ready to eat, ready to cook vegetables. So I was there for 3 years, cold places, shelling peas, cutting those carrots, vegetables, packing them for export. Every day I would wake up, I would say, this is the lowest that I would ever be. I'm a believer of Ecclesiastes 9:10. Whatever your hands find to do it with Almighty. So I didn't do bare minimum. By lunchtime, Liz, I was always done with the target. And all the afternoon was bonus. And that's how one of the production managers spotted me. And when there was an opportunity for promotion, who were they to pick? You. Just Agatha.
Yeah.
And after 3 years, one afternoon, he just came and told me, see me. It was morning. He told me, see me during lunchtime. And I knew once that manager would call you, it was either 2 weeks off or the job is gone.
Yeah.
But I felt a lot of peace. Walked in his office lunchtime. He told me to go and see human resource manager. He didn't engage much. I went to see human resource manager. Human resource manager told me, one of our girl at the bureau department has left and we want you to take over from tomorrow. I was so excited. And I went back to production and I told my colleagues, guess what? Kesho siko na nyinyi.
Yeah.
I have gotten a promotion. So I remember I even didn't sleep. I was so excited that I will report the following day in a big office. The morning came and I showed up in the big office, photocopying, binding, laminating, just to make the story short. Somebody trained me. Photocopying, binding, laminating. By lunchtime, I could do everything. 9 months, the same space. I remember those were the days there were no clocking systems. so I could give good reports to the
Yeah,
HRs.
yeah.
And they were always excited when I was on duty together with the managers. 9 months down the line, the HR assistant went for maternity leave. And they said, that girl at the bureau who has very good attitude, who doesn't do bare minimum, let her come and train me. Let her come and assist us. So I was there for another 3 months. Immediately I got in that space, I knew this is the career to pursue. And I went back to school. I joined something at the estate. And when the HR assistant came back, she told me, Agatha, you're not going back. There is so much for you can do in HR office. And I was given the first contract without any even certificate,
Yeah.
HR clerk. I went, she came and she gave me the brochure of Kenya Institute of Management. I started certificate, advanced certificate, diploma 1, diploma 2. And every certificate I would produce, it was coming with promotion.
Amazing.
I was in that space for 10 good years. I identified gaps. I left legacy. I left indelible marks. By the time I was being headhunted, because when I was thinking of, do I apply for a job, I was headhunted by one of their competitors with double salary. Served my notice. It's always good to serve notice. Don't burn bridges.
Yeah.
I have seen in this space people just waking up because you have gotten a good offer and you just walk out.
Yeah.
Please always make sure you serve notice if you can, even if it's 2 weeks.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
you get an offer, make sure that you let the employer know that the new employer, that you are employed and you need to
Leave
even
in
do a
certain
handover.
specific time.
Yes. So that's what happened. I tendered my resignations and I left. Worked there for 1 year. And after that, I also got another job as a HR manager. I kept on evolving. I believe continuous learning is the minimum requirement for success in any field.
Amazing.
Age is not the limit. Mindset is. As long as you are breathing, there is still hope to chase what sets your soul on fire. So I didn't stop at that. I'm a certified HR. I'm ever learning. Albert Toffer said, illiteracy of 21st century will not be for those people who cannot read and write, but those people who cannot learn and relearn again. So every day I try to upskill.
Yeah.
So after HR low position, I got another position as a HR manager in a real estate. Did 2 years. I got another job as it was in loss control. Worked for 2 years. After that, I also got another job after 2 years in manufacturing. I did 2 years again. And every space I was joining, I was identifying gaps. If you are listening to me and you are in a space, don't just show up. Identify gaps. As someone said, we don't hire smart people to tell them what to do. We hire smart people so that they can tell us. This must be,
Wow.
they must, we don't
They
hire.
should come with the ideas. You're
Yes.
smart. Come, bring your ideas. Let's use your knowledge. I'm just giving you a platform to use, not expecting me to just come explain to you what to do. That's interesting.
Thank you. This was Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs said, we don't hire smart people to tell them what to do. We hire smart people so that they can tell us what we ought to do. So in any space that you are in, remember they hired you as the best candidate.
Yeah, yeah.
So they have problems, they have issues, identifies gaps and shine.
Interesting. When you talk about that, and if we can just dive direct into our conversation, these people need you. They have a problem that they need you to go solve for them. And now the first thing that clicks in a person's mind is, okay, I need a CV because now I've seen this advertisement. I need to go for this job. I need this CV. So how do I make my CV stand out? because I'm not the only person who has seen the advert. So many people have, and so many people need the opportunity and are going for the job. So a question to you, how do I make my CV stand out? Ati wakati itafikia that person who's looking for someone, they won't need to look any further. They'll be like, you know what, this is the person we're looking for.
Amazing. Thank you for that question. We always say your CV is your digital business card. It is arriving before you, for lack of better words. So your CV have to stand out. It's what is marketing you. We are living in an era that if your CV is not ATS compliant, you are treading on a risky ground.
Can you tell us what ATS compliant is?
Thank you. ATS compliant mean applicant tracking systems. Most of the organizations, they have that system. If your CV doesn't have the key words, they're always keywords. If you are searching for an accountant job, what are the key competence and soft skills? For example, in HR, let me pick HR because that is my space. Your CV should have talent management, performance, training, employee relations. The other side of soft skills, adaptability. If your CV doesn't have adaptability, and this is for everyone, soft skills are for everyone. Yeah, these are the skills that cannot be automated.
Yeah.
So if you have them, you are good to go. Adaptability, emotional intelligence, interpersonal skills, critical thinking, analytical skills, those cuts across. If you are listening to me, those cuts across for all spaces or all professionals. But the core competence in your field, make sure that they are there. If you want your CV also to stand out, it has to be not generic. Every time you are applying for a position, tailor make it to the position. Go through the JD, go through the advert, word by word. If there is something that they need you to include, make sure that it's there. How does a good CV look like if I am able to have like a structure for those who are listening? Name, your email address, your contact, your LinkedIn link must be there. If you don't have also a LinkedIn page, you are also treading on a risky ground. 2026. They always say, Lisa, when employees started deserting silently at the end of the month, because it happened a lot. You receive your salary.
Yeah.
So employers also started hiring silently through LinkedIn.
Yeah.
I remember the last two positions that I got. Yes. I got a contact from, I got a call from a CEO and one from a very senior recruiter. Somewhere I had not applied, people that I even don't know. So LinkedIn is working, and every other social media, people go to socialize. But LinkedIn, you get serious opportunities, even in terms of what I'm currently doing as a HR consultant. I have gotten so many opportunities through LinkedIn. Back to the CV. So after that, professional summary. An outdated CV you would find after the name, marital status, religion, hobbies. I've seen even somebody, I was recruiting for HR manager, happily married, wedded in the church. We don't need those outdated details. So after that, professional summary, then core skills and competence. Then after that, where have you worked? Current position, chronologically, but from the current position. Not for 1998, it's 2025. So HR manager, ABC company, May 2024 to December 2025. Make sure that the start month and the end month and the years are there. Then after that, core skills and duties and responsibilities. I have seen this mistake where people start with achievement. unless a requirement, maybe you have been told to tailor make your CV in that way. It should be responsibility first before you get to achievement. Let achievement follow. And every organization you work, make sure that you have something, that you have left a legacy. Those are your achievements. And if at one time you are the employee of the month, employee of the year, that's what even, that's the deal breaker, even during an interview. So mention like 3 or 4. If you are like a millennial like me, then where you started as an intern, as a clerk, you can just state other position held. Make sure that your CV is 2 to 3 pages maximum. Referee for me, that's my personal takeaway, that or observation. I am not for I know we have data protection policy, and for me, referees should be there. Because by the time I'm calling you, Liz, please share 3, 4, and maybe you are off air, you may lose an opportunity when maybe you are not reachable and we need to do a background check. And maybe at this juncture, because I may not get an opportunity to say this, background check, background check nowadays is a must. When you leave an organization, be sure 99% of employers will do a background check. So if you just wake up and tender your resignation, or you just disappear, please note, when you are searching for the next opportunity, they will do a background check. These are not the days, I just want to be a bit vulnerable. These are not the days that you could even exaggerate your salary. If you're earning 50,000 and you want to exaggerate, I am on 70 and my expectation is 100.
They'll ask.
Yes, thank you.
Interesting. Now, there's a lot I want us to talk about in regards to CV. Right now, online, and probably, for example, if someone asks for a CV and I don't even have it, I just go to AI and be like, I need you to draft a CV for me to do this and that. So for you, as a potential employer, how do you know that, one, the CV is AI generated, and also how does that affect the fact that it's not authentic and whatever information is there might be exaggerated?
Amazing. Thank you for that question. It's a concern as a recruiter. Every time I'm shortlisting, I see CVs generated from ChatGPT, and you can just see them, those emojis. And a candidate doesn't bother even to edit. You can curate your CV via ChatGPT and AI, but make sure that you review, and it is not generic. Yes.
Wow, interesting. Okay, now speaking about a CV, is it the only qualification for you to get a job? Because that is the first thing we send. If they are looking for someone, I'll just send my CV. At this age and era, and as we're headed to 2026, do you think that that is one thing that is so important? And also, right now, most people want you to also attach your social media platforms, like they want to go get to look into it. So what do you think about that? Is a CV the only and the main thing that is going to land you a good job, or are there other factors that you consider?
Thank you. Beyond CV, individual preparation, even when you are stepping out, in terms of building confidence, in terms of how you show up. I always tell people, your body language is also your virtual resume. It communicates credibility, charisma, and confidence, even before you open your mouth to say, my name is. So, even in terms of attitude, because they say your attitude will determine your altitude, how far you can go. Even when you get this opportunity, even the phone call, thank you for asking about the social media, the ringtone that you have in your phone, when I call you, good morning, Liz, before you pick the phone, what kind of a message, what kind of a ringtone am I hearing at the background? It talks more about you. Even the way you answer the phone call. Hello? It says so much about the kind of a person that you are. So it's good we also build capacity, also in terms of skills, interpersonal skills. Maybe I can say this. Early this year, I decided to do something unique. Training on something called speaking with confidence. Reason being, stepping out to do these interviews and seeing people with good papers or certificate, competencies. They have worked in big organization, but they cannot articulate anything. We are hiring a receptionist, an admin. That is a person we need to be composed. So I started a class, speaking with confidence, and I have seen even business people. In the last 3-4 cohort, I had 3 CEO, one from Nakuru, 3 in Kenya, and 1 in Uganda, just joining. Because once we know how to communicate beyond the CV, I may not be having a very fat CV, but if I know how to sell myself, the confidence, and what I have for the company, then I get a job.
Yeah.
And someone with a good CV might miss the opportunity. So, and maybe a call, I'm doing that class this month, January, as I venture into something else. So if you're in that space and anytime you step out for interview, your hands are sweating, the heartbeat, we call it glossophobia, fear of public speaking. So I'm doing that class just because of those people who have been saying, Agatha, I'm joining the next cohort. I'm joining the next cohort. I'm just doing that for anyone, and maybe for this space, maybe it's very divine, so that I can help someone. Because that is something that is making so many people to miss an opportunity. Yes.
Interesting. Wow. So I hope, guys, mmepata the skills you need. You now have the tips. 2026, we're just shining with new jobs. Don't stick to a place you feel you've overstayed or your season is done because you're not sure how you would just get yourself a new job. Here is a chance, and we've been taught, Sasa, it's up to you. And I told you to get a pen and a paper and write these tips down, okay? So right now, so many Gen Zs are saying they don't want to do 5 to 4 or something like that. Like they don't want to be in an office from morning to evening. They want part-time jobs or working from home or online jobs. So what is your take in regards to that as we head on to 2026? Is that the route that we're going to go as a country, or as employers? How is that in regards to the working space?
Thank you. Before I answer that, there is something that you have mentioned, that they don't have to stick in an environment. The reason I'm dropping the building confidence for now, I felt in my heart that I have something that I can share regarding the career coaching. How do you survive in a toxic environment? How do you become indispensable? How do you leave indelible marks? How do you get promotion after promotion like I did? I felt, I'm feeling that is a space that I can impact so many people. So I'm delving into that space. So if you are there, you don't know how to navigate, you are in a toxic environment, a toxic boss, a culture that you feel you cannot stomach it anymore, we will talk about this shortly. Yeah. So thank you for your question, Gen Z. One, I enjoy working with the Gen Z, the synergy that they bring in workspace. I know I'm consulting for one person, one of my friend. He is a Gen Z. At 24, he has 3 companies, and the workforce, 10 to 15, they are 15. They're all Gen Zs. So what are Gen Z looking for? Autonomy. Give them freedom. Let them have their JD, and JD with clear KPIs. KPIs is key performance indicators. When I tell Liz, Liz, you are not performing. You are not performing against what? So if you give them a JD, this is what your performance should look like. When we tell you are not performing, it's per this, deliverables. If you give them that, and you can also have a work environment, people are going hybrid. You don't have to bring people in an office 8 to 5. If my work, I can do it from home. I can do 3 days, 2-3 days online. Gen Z want that. They need freedom. And any employer or anywhere I'm consulting, I'm pushing that agenda. And employee engagement, just like even millennials and baby boomers, if you have them, that engagement, employers are working very hard. I know of my friends with a gym, or they have paid some subscription for their people to feel their heart and mind at work. If those 2 days or the 8 hours I'm at work, they are comfortable and not bringing feelings. You see, sometimes we work with feelings and attitude. Gen Z don't want that. Just tell them you are not performing, and this is the reason, this is how I want we work going forward. Just as simple as that. They are very easy guys to work with, but they need to find structures. If you don't have structures, if you don't have system, you will have it rough managing them.
Interesting. I came across a certain clip online, and it was a lady who was skimpily dressed, and she was at her office, and so the boss was chasing her away, telling her, this is not how you dress, so just leave my office and go. And many people commented and said a lot of stuff in regards to that. But now, as an employer, what do you think? Should we just be allowed as Gen Zs to dress however we want just because I'm a Gen Z? Si manguo zinafanya kazi ni mimi. So how should we take that? Because at times, does the outfit and how you're dressed matter?
Thank you for that question. Yes, that's also a challenge with Gen Z. The dress code, you find they just show up with very short dress, all cleavage out, and it's affecting the workspace. But again, I go back to structures. I go back to policies. Do you have a dress code policy? Because if you have a dress code policy, everybody should comply. Doesn't matter whether you are Gen Z. I know companies that do suits. So you either do suits or you don't belong. But I know also some companies on Friday, you do casuals, but casual wear, but they just have to follow the system. We cannot have everybody is dressed nicely except Liz, who is revealing all the body parts and affecting the men in the house, because it's just, we know it. Yeah, so it's easy to deal with them. Just let them know this is our dress code and we are not compromising. It is mandatory Monday to Thursday, dress officially Thursday, Saturday, Friday,
casual. Interesting. Okay, in regards to that, at times someone would come telling you something or trying to correct you, and you feel like you want to talk back at them or try to explain why you're doing what you're doing. And at times we feel, let me not say we, Gen Zs feel like they're confident as they're approaching an issue or a matter. And at times, the person you're talking to, your employer or your boss, feels as if you're rude. So what's the thin line between you being confident and you being rude when you're talking to your boss or when we're talking about taking correction?
Thank you, Liz, for that question. Maybe I talk about the emotional intelligence, being able to manage our emotions, because most of us, we want to address our boss when we are hurting. I was just left by my boyfriend yesterday night. I just got a heartbreak 2 weeks ago, and I'm showing up, and my boss is asking me about the report. And I feel so bitter. Maybe I had invested in this relationship that didn't work. So I'm responding from a point of heart, which it shouldn't. In one of the topics that I train in speaking with confidence is healing from maybe even childhood trauma. I remember, maybe to bring this, Joyce Meyer wrote a book. She said she was raped by her father several times.
Yeah.
And she said, I decided to be bitter or better. So we better decide to be better. When we show up, we heal. I always say, in these Gen Z terms, or it's very common, ukiachwa achika. Because we are showing up when we are so bitter.
Yeah.
Yeah, because of things that we are holding. Maybe your uncle alikula fee yako 20 years ago. You are still bitter. The job that you lost 5 years ago, you are just bitter. So that that's why we are seeing our conversation, even with our bosses, when you're just being asked a simple question, you burst. So, and they feel that like they have the right. I'm pissed off. Why are they talking to me like that? And also maybe some of us are coming from a space like our generation, where our mothers were very pessimistic. They never saw anything good in us. So we are showing up in workplace, nobody affirmed us. So every provocation to remind us of those conversations we had with our mother, you'll never become anything. You are useless. Such conversation also affecting the way we respond, and sometimes we think it's confident, and it is not. I hope I answered the question.
Yeah, interesting. And now when you're talking about the fact that people are hurt, because that is happening in every aspect of life and every day, how do I know that I'm hurt, broken, kwenye nilikuwa last weekend, whatever happened to me, but now this is job, I'm at work, I'm supposed to act in this way when I'm at work, and now I'm supposed to act in this way when I'm at home, because now that is something else. Like you've said, if I have issues, I have to heal. Healing is a process. It's not going to happen instantly, but now I have to work, I have to live with my colleagues in a very good way, and I don't want to put my problems or go pouring out my issues on them. So how do I like control myself, and how do I carry myself and know I'm supposed to be like this at work? Like niache emotions zangu huko, tunasemanga acha huko kwa gate, your problems, your emotions, this is a workspace. So how do I go about that?
Thank you. Emotional intelligence is a skill, and each one of us can develop it. I'm hurt, but I don't have to hurt others, because most of us, we are showing up wounded, and we want to wound as many people as possible.
You're not going down alone.
Yes. How can Liz be smiling when I just lost my marriage yesterday? So I just have to spoil her day. She cannot be smiling and enjoying and posting about her husband, and here I am. So emotional intelligence is a skill that we can develop. As I have said, it's one of the soft skills that should not miss in our CV. And also desire to grow in each and every space, outgrow those small things. I had a class on Thursday where we were talking about decluttering, resetting, and getting ready for 2026. As I have said, we are learning and becoming. There is also a verse that says you cannot put a new wine in a
old wine skin.
Yes.
Yeah.
So in those old days, when the wine skin was new, it's just a skin from the goat, from a cow. It's very fresh. It can hold. Putting wine many days, many years, it's weakening. So a new year need a new wine skin, because this one has become old. So our new skills need to be packaged, and even spaces. I was telling them we need to declutter that even some friends that are not adding value in our lives,
shed
some
them off.
relationship,
Yeah.
like this is Christmas, tupatane Mombasa Raha, you don't know even what the agenda of the meeting.
Yes.
Sometimes we need to say no so that we can say yes to ourselves. So that when we show up in these spaces, we are able even to heal, reset. We, in the book club, as I told you when we were having a conversation before this, I also have a book club where we have been doing books, we have been reading books since January. So we wake up at 4:30 to, what do? We pray, we meditate, we do workout, we read a chapter. In one of the book, The 7 Habits of Effective People by Steve Covey, one of the habits is synergize, the teamwork, that is it, and sharpening the saw. It's the end of the year. Reset, sit back. Not every conversation you need to be in, not every party that you need to be in. Refresh, rest. My coach says it's time off of even the screen, of even the laptop, so that you can build capacity again, so that you don't show up with that lethargic, the way you show up tired and it's a morning.
Yeah.
Those are the things that make us, even when somebody says something that is not even of much weight, you carry it with a lot of weight. Why did she tell me? Like, why is she doing this? But once we are emotionally strong, we show up differently. And for me, what has helped me in this journey is learning, and especially books.
Interesting.
Learn and learn. Investment in knowledge pay the best interest. Yes.
Wow. When we're talking about the same, so many Gen Zs have graduated. Okay, not just Gen Zs, so many people have graduated and now they're stuck. Okay, after graduation, then what? You've told us that you've been working for the longest, and there are these jobs you would do, like the job you began with, and you told yourself, I'll never go, this is the lowest I'll ever be at. But that shows that you didn't love it, you didn't really enjoy doing it, but you're still there, committed, and doing the best you could, offering the best you could offer. So how do Gen Zs step in and be like, okay, so this is not what I've studied for probably, or this is not what I love doing, but I'm going to do it, and not just do it, but I'm going to do it diligently, like someone who, like you said, like whatever you get, whatever your hands can get to do it diligently. How do they now step up and decide, I'm going to do this diligently, as if I love it, even if I don't, as if I'm enjoying it, even if I am not enjoying it, before I wait for whatever dream job or, yes, whatever God's plan is for me?
Amazing. Thank you. That's a timely question. And maybe I can take it even with a quote. Not everyone can be famous, but all of us can be great, because greatness is determined by service. That job that you get as a, maybe I take it further, as when you are doing internship, when you are doing attachment, those are the only jobs that you can trade with, or opportunities when you get an interview. When I was doing attachment, when I was internship. So even when they push you left, right, and center as an intern, or even you are volunteering somewhere, please give it the best shot. Even when you are given jobs over your scope, go for them, because that is what you will put in your CV, and that's what will market you for the next position. So whatever they find, someone has connected you in a space, maybe is your auntie, is your relative, and maybe to say this, 87% of jobs nowadays are passed over through networking. I treasure networking and social spaces. So if there are social spaces, networking, like for HR, there are so many social spaces, networking event, I don't fail to attend. I always say, any event that I can afford, I am there. So go for those social spaces. You never know who you connect. So in case you get a job, you are an accountant, you are a graphic designer, and you get a job as an admin. This is not your space, but this is what that has been handed over to you. Give it the best shot. Martin Luther said, if you are cleaning a street, and that is the work that you have been given, do it so good, because you never know who is watching. Maybe even a president, someone is passing.
Yeah.
So if it's that an admin job, it may not be your dream job, but give it the best shot, as I did. Imagine working in cold places, shaking the whole day, and all the time, cough, flu, and a friend of mine, we lost a few others, even to date. I always hear those stories in the same space. So whatever your hands find, give it the best shot. It is that will leverage you to the next one. And even you are building your CV. So don't reject any opportunity. But I always tell people, this one a support from a book we did, The Mountain Is You by Brian Westy. She says, trust your intestine. I don't know whether that is the instinct. I interpreted it as trust your instinct. They are the message from the soul. I don't consult on employment things, even when I was in that space. I know this is my space, this is not my, I listen. And even as we are praying for a job, pray that God give you a good employer, good environment. Ask, and it shall be given. It's only that you haven't asked. It's only that you haven't seek.
Yeah.
And for those people who are unemployed, please don't give up. Don't throw in the towel. Keep on applying. Keep on applying as you listen to God. I don't know whether I shared this. Yes, I think I did. That after 6 months of searching the job and nothing was forthcoming, I went back to my Creator. He has my blueprint. He knows what is the best for me. So I asked God, what should I do with my life? I had a still voice. Start doing CV and LinkedIn and helping companies that don't need full-time HR. And to tell you, to date, still doing the same, and I have advanced. But I can tell you, Liz, it's only when you get into your purpose that you cannot be given redundancy. It's only in your purpose that you cannot be declared, yes, you cannot be terminated. Once you get into your purpose, you thrive.
Yeah.
Yes.
Interesting. Wow. Once you get into your purpose, so that means you need to know what God has planned for you, what God said, this is what you're going to do. It's very interesting that we are going back to the drawing board. Okay, if I'm chasing this, is this what God wants me to go for? Now we're going to 2026, and people have had a tough year. Some of them, others imekuwa fiti. Hatutaki mtu yote akuwe na mwaka mbaya. If yours was good, congratulations to you, and that's the way to go. Yes, but now we're going to 2026, and I have the mindset of maybe employment is not for me, like for the people who have tried to look for jobs and they're not getting them. They start thinking, I'm not called to being employed. I'm supposed not to just go to such workplaces, So what is the mindset change you would advise people out there to now adapt as we go to a new year? Also, there are people who don't take correction. There are people who don't just know how to handle staff at work if it's a boss, because at times it's a boss problem, not the employee problem, So what kind of mindset would you want us to adapt as we go to 2026 that will be a sure thing that ukienda ukiwa hivi, you're going to survive in the workspace?
Amazing. That's a good question, and I take it this way, just to encourage someone who is employed and someone who is out there. One, if you're employed, know one day that job will come to an end. Things happen. And imagine, Liz, these things are very divine, as I have come to see it. Jobs don't end. Sometimes even at termination, you just find yourself, you don't know what happened. You cannot explain. These are very divine moments. I always tell people, when you are driving and you get into a sharp corner, you need to slow down so that you can navigate. So sometimes we just push ourselves in spaces that we have outgrown, and our creator loves us so much, because I should be impacting somewhere else.
Yeah.
I should be helping other people somewhere else. So a job has to end so that I get to that other thing that I was meant to be. I always tell people, and what you're also looking for is also looking for you, but not this version. A version that maybe somebody is not able to speak confidently. So those jobs will end. Like, for example, my case, when the job ended, I found myself out. And when I even had cleared my account, I got someone who was training on public speaking. And I said, this is what I need. I didn't have anything in my account, but I still went ahead. Sometimes they say, you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. So I said, I just have to start. And I paid an installment, and I did a cohort and another one. That investment was needed for me to show up powerfully or impactfully in training and in spaces. So back to your question, those moments, they are very divine when you are out. Because for me, I needed to be in this space. I'm sure I couldn't even, if that job was still there, I couldn't be here.
Yeah.
I could still be in 8 to 5. So they are very divine, so that you go into your purpose. I have trained over 1,000 HRs and other training in corporate spaces, and especially the mentorship program. So when those jobs end, ask God. That was your question.
Yeah.
Where should I send my CV? Don't just send because other people are sending. Take your time before you apply. Search even those employers. There's something we call Glassdoor. Check in the Google, the employees who have left there, what are they saying about such a space? You don't just get into an opportunity because it just came very easily. And if nothing is forthcoming, just go back to your creator for him to tell you what your purpose is. And you don't have to be in a very toxic environment, like you don't have an option.
Yeah.
Yes. Just continue searching, and if you have created value in the space that you are, you won't even struggle to get into another employment. So create value, because we are paid because of the value that you are bringing in any space. And there's something that we call good radiance. Sometimes employer would resign, and they just say, we were even waiting for such an opportunity. Please, if you are listening to me, don't just do bare minimum. You want to have a conversation that, Liz, you are resigning, and the employer is saying, Liz, where are you going? Can we give you a counter offer? Become indispensable. People say you cannot. Me, I became. That every time you want to leave, people want to hold you back because your shoe becomes so big. So good attitude, showing up, identifying gaps, and shining in a space. And after that, the Bible says, whatever you sow, you are going to reap. So whatever you have done there, God will reward you. For me, I say I was never rewarded in my 15 years of full-time, but I have been rewarded anytime I step out in any consultancy business. Wow,
amazing. Don't forget that this is Y254, and we're having a very interesting conversation here. If you've just joined us, haujachelewa, yes, you're going to grab something and run with it home, because the conversation here is fire. Tumesema 2026 hakuna kukua treated place yenye uko kwa kazi and you feel like you've outgrown that place. You can leave, and that's why we're having this conversation here. But then you also have to make sure you are a person of quality that they would want not to lose you. Sasa isikuwe ni kama venye amesema they were looking for that chance, utatoka lini. Work on yourself, and that's what we are talking about here. Now there's a lot in social media right now. Like, let me go back to the fact that people have graduated, and now there are people who have graduated and are already working, they have jobs. And now there's someone who, I'm a graduate peer, but ako hapo, they don't have anything they're doing, they're not employed, they don't have a job, they're trying. And at times social media comes up with a lot of us trying to compare ourselves with other people. So what advice do you give to someone who feels pressured because maybe probably Gen Zs of this age are doing this and that, and probably it's not working on for them? Yeah, naona maisha yake imesimama, but others, their life is working out, things are working out for them. Yeah.
Good one. Be yourself. Everybody else is taken. Be yourself. Don't wait anyone to pat your back, to appreciate you. Appreciate yourself. Don't compare yourself with anyone else. That was their trajectory. Maybe they have good connection. Someone, you just graduated the other day and somebody has gotten a job. Delay is not denial. The more your job take time, the more you are being prepared to take even tough task. But as you wait, every problem is a business. So what problems are they, or which problems can you identify in your community, in your space? As you wait, just think of a problem. And especially with the AI, anybody nowadays can do even those posters. Go to Canva, start doing posters. I pay a lot of money for the posters because I'm ever doing posters. Imagine somebody can learn, and in your community you just do an advert that this is what I'm doing. As you wait, don't be idle. Maybe they say the idle mind is devil's workshop. It might be a cliche, but it is a fact. Be busy, be proactive. That is one of the 7 habits of effective people. Be proactive. Begin with the end in the mind. If there is an idea that closes your mind like this, if it is close your mind, it can close your life. And you never know, maybe that is your purpose. Maybe it is mandazi kwa mtaa. Maybe it's doing online lighting, cooking, anything that closes your mind, anything that people tells you you are doing it with ease. That would be your purpose. Don't say there is no job. Any problem that you find in your community, it is a business idea. And you may even find yourself not going back to work or searching for work. Once you get in your purpose, once again I reiterate, in your purpose you cannot be declared redundant. In your purpose you cannot retire. In your purpose, it is very easy to make 500, 1 million. In your purpose, you decide what you want to make in a month. So, tusiseme hakuna kazi. There is work for all of us. If you tell God to open your eyes and your ears so that you can see opportunities people are not seeing, hear what other people are not seeing. And when we get into service, Colossians 3:23 says, a service done to God is a service done to others is a service done to God. And Proverbs 22:29 says, have you seen a man who is diligent in his work? He will not stand before the mere men. So be diligent, learn, become the to-go person. Ukiwa leave, people are like, when we leave, come back. Give it the best shot. I don't know why I'm reiterating this so much, but that is the space I'm getting into, and it has changed my life forever. The people that we were with in cold places, some of them are still there. Because, I don't know, but the reason I have come this far is because I'm ever learning. The way I set aside the school fees for my kids, the way I set aside some money for myself to learn a new skill and upgrade.
Wow.
So there is no space I'm rejected. Any space that I show up, I've worked on my body language. I know what to say, what not to say. Because people buy you before they buy your services. These are some of the training that are never taught in any school. They are taught in those classes like speaking with confidence.
Yeah. Wow, interesting. What do you think is going to be of the business world in 2026 now, or maybe probably in Vision 2030 is how things are headed now?
Interesting. The trends. AI is changing so many things, and nobody should be scared with the involvement, because there are skills that you tap into them. They cannot be automated. Adaptability. We are moving from Nairobi to Johannesburg. You are single and you are saying, I don't want to, I cannot, I'm not willing. And also being prepared for that adaptability. Do you have your passport? Do you have your yellow fever lady for this opportunity? Because we get opportunities and people are not prepared. They say luck is when opportunity meet preparedness. Are you prepared? Is your CV set? Do you when was the last time you updated your CV? If you are prepared for 2026, is your LinkedIn optimized? Or even this is the first time. I had a conversation yesterday with a friend of mine, and she was asking me, Agatha, what is this LinkedIn you are talking about? Be updated. They say know something about everything and everything about something. That means in your field as a whatever area, as an admin, as a graphic design, as a procurement person, becomes so good. But when they talk about perfume, when they talk about the cars, when they talk about the politics of United States, Kenya, at least you can contribute something.
Yeah.
So that's what sets the bar up for others, and others, they are not able to match up. Something else, they say, if you are underqualified, you will be rejected. If you are qualified, you will be accepted. If you are overqualified, you will be appreciated. Learn something. That means I'm a HR, but I'm also a psychologist, for example. I'm a HR, but I can manage, I'm an admin, for example, and I can manage your social media. That's what set you apart in 2026. And I see people when they are stepping out for interview, what are you bringing on board? That's the deal breaker. I am a finance person, but I have also a few skills on HR. For SMEs, who doesn't want to have such a person? So the next time you step out for interview, 2026, make sure if there is something that you did before, maybe you realize this is what I was to become. Those are the skills. That's the deal breaker. I am 1, 2, but I can do 1, 2, 3. Don't shy off. Achievement. As you step out, any achievement in your previous engagement, and talk about numbers. Any achievement in terms of numbers. As a salesperson, I was able to move their sales from 2 million to 5 million, and these were the tactics, or these are, you talk about the metrics, and definitely interpret. Any employer would want to have you on board.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow, interesting. I hope you guys are writing this down. And if you need to rewatch, please do, because we are getting ready for 2026. Okay, this is Y254. You can find us on Facebook at Y254, Pale X, Instagram. Let's keep interacting. Let's get to know. If you have any question for her, and you're going to ask her, na utakuwa umesaidika. Sawa? Sawa. Yes, so probably what's one skill you feel is going to be key and very crucial as we enter 2026 for every person who's looking to be employed?
1, thank you. Interpersonal skills, communication skills, more or less the same. Are you able to articulate? What are you bringing on board? Conversation, emotional intelligence, maybe I talk about the next one. Are you able to manage your emotions? Because we are living in a very stressful environment. Are you able to manage those emotions and balance? I've been sorted by my boss. Maybe it was not even my mistakes. maybe it was a whole department and I'm the head of department and I'm taking it home to my husband and to our spouse, to our children. If you're able to manage your emotions 2026, you're able to go far and able to communicate. Say what is bothering you, and unapologetically sometimes. Don't just be cocooned in a space. You don't want to talk, to speak out, even for your team. Speak out. What I always ask people, what can happen? Just losing a job, and maybe it was very divine. Your job was to end like that. I have never shied off to speak in any space what is in my heart. You have disappointed us. You are to start this meeting. Yes. Please, next time. Who want to give a feedback? I raise up my hand. So if you're such kind of a person, you are going to go spaces. Good attitude as well. There are quite many.
Wow, interesting. So yes, please equip yourself with that skill as we enter 2026. Tunaingia kwa mpigo. We've decided that we are conquering and we're making amends on the mistakes we used to make, and maybe probably that's why you lost your last job. But now when you adapt in these new skills, when you learn and relearn, it's going to get you and set you apart from every other person. That's interesting. Wow. So right now AI is really coming up and everyone is adapting it, and people are actually saying that probably itafika mahali uko 2030 and some years to come, people are not going to be really needed in workspaces, and they are going to be replaced by AI. What is your take in regards to that? Because is AI really completely going to replace people, or what's going to happen?
Thank you. AI is not replacing anyone who is ready to learn and relearn again, as Albert Alvin Toffler said. But what is going to do for those people who don't want to upskill? They are going to become obsolete, if there is such a word in human being. But prepare, learn new skills, that if I'm not doing, if this job is automated, because there will be a few, then what else? What is your backfall? I always ask people, if Corona is back, God forbid, what would be your fallback? So have that in mind. Begin with the end in the mind. Can you see where the technology is going and you are ahead? You are ahead of the game. So if you know they might bring a robot in my department, go back, learn how to
use it,
yes,
or operate it.
Yes, that's the word. To operate it. See it and upskill. When they are wondering who do we employ, you say, I have already done this.
Yeah.
I can manage this function very comfortably. And don't say you don't have money. Just start. Where there is a will, there is a way.
Yeah.
Yes, you don't have to start. I remember when I lost that job, I had started a degree in business management in Moore University. And I was like, should I stop? I said, I will continue. I even deferred, and I want to speak this to encourage someone just to be vulnerable. 2 semesters, I deferred. I had no money. But I went back and I graduated on 21st November 2025, just the other month. I did put that gown and my tears were just flowing down because of the ups and downs for me to get that. So if you don't want to be out of employment, please learn. I don't know also why I'm repeating that, because sometimes we'll say, I have a Form 4 certificate. Those are opportunities for people with degree, with PhD. You can also get 1%. Atomic Habit, James Clear said, if you become better 1% each and every day, by the end of an year, you'll be 37% better. So 1%, no pressure. Whether people are driving and you are still working on yourself, please just take your time. And something also we learned from the 7 Habits of Effective People is something we call the circle of concern and the circle of influence. Most of us, we are ever complaining. The economy, things are not working. If I had a rich husband, if I was staying in Lunda, if I had a PhD and you are doing nothing, that is increasing the circle of concern. Increase the circle of influence. I am equal to the task. I can become. I have what it takes. I will go back to school. This opportunity, just say, bring it on. Maybe it's a hard project that your boss has handed over to you and you feel it's too hard, or it requires a lot of skills. Just go for it. Learn as you proceed. But there is nothing that I can't do. We came fully packed.
Yeah.
Yes. So as we step into 2026, that is something that would encourage people. Increase the circle of influence, not the circle of concern. Oh, kumenyesha, things are not okay. I always say positivity is one of the currency that I trade with, and resilience. If the job ends, ni kuoga na kurudi soko.
Wow. Amazing.
So no mooning. Maybe I add this. I see people moon forever. Oh, you just revamp your CV and go back to the marketplace. Whether you are the best employees and the job has ended, whether something tragic has happened, is just rising up again. There is also something called the snake bite effect. Someone said, a psychologist, sometimes people, when you are bitten by the snake, for people who understand the concept, you have 2 options. To run after the snake and the poison go up and you die. Or you look for a thread, or you ask for friends to bring a thread, you tie so that the poison does not go up. So what happens most of the time when we lose even this opportunity, when a relationship is not working, when a deal that it was so dear to me and I had invested time and resources doesn't work? I'm chasing after Liz. Liz atanijua. Instead of, where did I go wrong? And if I didn't go wrong, just to let it go so that I can see other opportunity. Forget about the past and watch the Lord is doing a new thing, 2026. So forget about the heart. Let's heal. Let's reframe our lives, because we are powerful human beings.
Wow, interesting. So what is something you would want to say as your last remarks to someone who's watching you? They've listened to the conversation and now their mindset is already set to being a new person and making these new decisions in 2026 as you wind up. Yeah, maybe your last remarks.
Thank you. Anything that you ever dreamt to become, you can become. It's a matter of time. Atomic habit. Have systems. We don't fall to the level of our goals. We may have very many goals, like maybe you had for 2025, but you fall to the level of your systems. If you want to be maybe the next author, it's a good goal. But do you have systems? Write daily. Lead, become. Any goals that you set, have systems that support it. I want to lose weight. Maybe a very good example of myself. I had baby, I was huge. And I didn't want anybody to give me pressure on it. Yeah. So I did set a goal. After 2 years, this is the kgs I want to, or this is the weight.
You want to have.
So I started systems. To date, every day I would drop a ball on any other thing, but not work out. I do skip, I do a lot, and not without pressure.
Yeah.
So I have systems. Whether it is raining, whether it is what, systems. You don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the levels of your systems. The person you want to become. you want to become, maybe you want to get that job. What are you doing daily? Are you applying daily? Are you becoming